Hello everybody, I am Moldy West, and this is Trailmakers. I did a video on this game a long time ago, and then I recently decided, you know what, I wanted to play this game again, and I have been playing it a lot on my own time, and I figured, why not make video on it, and do at least maybe one more. Last time I played the game, the only thing there was sandbox racing in this Stranded campaign, and they've added a lot of campaigns, all of which I've played through on my own, and there's different maps and such in the sandbox now. So we're gonna do Space Sector. That's what I feel like doing. Don't need no peaceful sandbox. Put enemies in there. I wanna get shot at. It ain't fun unless somebody is trying to kill me. That I have learned the hard way. Gets boring just flying around on your own. And right here we've got this little pre-made spaceship, but that ain't no fun. That's not what this game's about. This game's all about building your own vehicles and stuff. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I want me my own little spaceship. Got ourselves a nice little cockpit there. Now what else? Crow's nest. Yeah. That costs real money. I can see justifying charging real money for those other campaigns. Like, I bought this game on sale a while back, and there was the Frozen Tracks and the Airborne's campaigns, and those were sold separately as DLC. I could justify spending money on those, but not for additional blocks, even if some of them are pretty cool, allowing you to build actual fucking mechs and stuff. But as cool as it is, I don't feel like dropping actual money on it. That said, let's get to shipbuilding. We need a body for this guy. And I'm thinking this. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, have you right there on the end. I like you to be nice and symmetrical, even if your symmetry doesn't make any sense. And who cares? Why wouldn't it make sense? It's symmetry. That's just how it be. Yeah, like that. You're looking nicer already. Okay, yeah. We've got ourselves a start. Not a very good start, mind you, but still, it's a start. And I'm gonna need to throw on some gyros. Stabilizing gyro that slowly rotates your vehicle toward the direction of the block. Nah, don't need that one. This is the kind of one we need. Adds rotational control and dampening to your vehicle. Yeah, we'll just slide you into that little opening behind all those body bits. Now when I go tilt my stick left or right, the ship will just tilt with it instead of just doing whatever else it would do. And let me just... I played through all those campaigns on my own, and those were fun, and I've never been one much for sandbox play. Like, it's cool, I get the appeal, but when I play a game, like, I find myself more inclined to play when I have a goal to work toward, a story to work with, like those campaigns did. And then, like, I guess that's my fault for not having enough imagination. I should have did the fucking hand gesture. I should probably also edit a rainbow in there between my hands, but I'm probably too lazy to do that. Probably. Most likely. What was I doing? Right. Shipbuilding. There is something that I should put on here. Don't know where the hell it be, though. Radio? Nah, that ain't it. No, not cameras. Metal crate, dice dispenser, snowball, concrete wall, beach ball dispenser. Don't need to dispense none of that stuff. 'Cause I'm looking for that quantum rudder that they was talking about when I opened this fucking mode up earlier. I don't know where they put that. Oh, fucking there it is. Damn. Why did it take me so long to find that? Jesus Christ. Anyway, there. That's a rudimentary spaceship. Maybe it'll actually work. Pardon me scuffing up your floors. That's normal. Now, alright. It's spacey, it's shippy, and it works exactly how I want it to. Alright. So we can fly around and do all kinds of space shit now. But before we go doing that, I do need to put some weapons on this thing. We don't know who's out there trying to kill me, plot my demise. Flak cannon? No. I want... You know what? Tiny cannons. That's what we want here. We'll put you right there, like that. There we go. Now I can fly around and shoot stuff. Like this ship over here that's done me no wrong. How would you like death from space? I didn't hurt you at all, have I? Yep, you don't seem to mind having been shot at. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Yep. Ouch. You know, I kinda deserve that. Very kind of you to just plop me back in here, but yeah, that is a very basic-ass ship. It works. Now, I kinda wanna make it better, but I also don't feel like thinking. That's the problem here. I refuse to think. That's what makes me a man. Men don't think. Men only do. And men go space and shoot things even though they don't need to. And that thing with that red trail behind it over there looks like it might be shootable. Oh, there's something over there too. I can't tell which one's closer. The camera's doing sort of a fish eye kind of thing. Like, when I look at things directly, they seem further away. Yep, those are enemies. Meatbag detected. Who the hell are you calling meatbag, meatbag? I know you're probably robots or something, because that's how this game be. There we go, landed some hits. Of course, these tiny cannons don't do no auto-aim and shit, so I gotta manually aim, and that's gonna be a bit of a pain in my ass. Well, doesn't matter. This is the life I chose to live. Oh, there's a Chirpo talking to me. Greetings, Chirpo. I'm under attack. I fly the universe, that's what I do. Space pirates need shooting. If you're a fun guy, follow me to that fun guy planet. You're talking too fast and I am in the middle of evading gunfire. There we go, I heard damage sounds happening. I landed some hits. Oh boy. God damn, this ship controls so much better than it should. Whenever I was building planes and shit over in those campaigns, I actually had to put a lot more thought into it. Not just thrusters and rudders and shit, but had to actually balance it. Put the wings directly on top of the center of mass, have the tail fins be able to angle backwards so I could actually turn and lift into the sky. Now, yep, manual aim on this thing. Not so easy. That's, well, we'll just take some damage here, I guess. I know I can just repair my vehicle whenever I choose, but that kind of feels like cheating. And after we lose this dogfight in space, then I can go and maybe replace these things with weapons that can aim somewhat on their own. When I lost one of my rudders. Ah, shit. Spinning out of control. Bullets go everywhere. Alright. Whee! Safe to say I lost this fight. Time for cheating. There we go. Fully repaired. And I don't even have a limited number of repair tokens to work with like I do in the fucking campaigns and shit. Because this is sandbox mode. They want you to have that kind of freedom. But sometimes that freedom just seems a little cheaty. I know I already said it feels like cheating, but still. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to say that? Now, okay, let me just angle myself up. Okay. Yep. Yeah, boy. Yep. Yep. You know what? Screw these guys. We don't need to fight them. I'm gonna go over down to that desert-looking planet and hopefully not get blasted apart. There goes one of my rudders. Well, it's been nice knowing you, rudder. Fuck you, get back on my ship. I need you to steer this thing properly. There we go. Nice and controlly. Anyway, time to slam my face into this planet at 453 kilometers an hour, because that's how fast I'm going. Now, what is that in miles per hour? I'm a goddamn American. You and your fucking kilometer shit. I know the conversion rate for, like, kilograms to pounds isn't 1-to-1. Dune. This place is called Dune. Anyway, the kilograms to pounds, I know that doesn't, whenever you do that, the kilogram, like an even number of kilograms, a round number, I should say, ending in a 5 or 0 doesn't equal a 5 or 0 at the end of your poundage. Because I'm gonna go ahead and redesign this ship, make it bigger, bulkier, better. And, like, a while back, I was helping my older brother move, and I was gathering all the stuff. I got to all the weights that he had laying around, grabbed a couple, like, 10-pound dumbbells in one hand, and then there's this orange kettlebell on the ground. I'm like, well, I'll just grab that as I walk my way to the truck. I grabbed it, and, like, it was like something out of a cartoon when somebody grabs something that's a lot heavier than they think it is, and their arm stretches out behind them, and they just slingshot back into the wall. And I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck? And then I hoisted it up and looked at it. It said, like, 20 kilograms. And, like, I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. What that is in pounds after I get it into the truck. And so I get to the truck, and then I take another look at the kettlebell, a closer look, and underneath the 20 kilograms, it says, in smaller print, 67 pounds. And I'm like, god damn! Anyway, that's my story about kilograms to pounds. Not a 1-to-1 conversion ratio, and that bothers me. It just bothers me so much. Bothers me to no end. Now then, enough about my nitpicking of other cultures and their measurements. Let's, stick a few panels in there. That way somebody actually has something they need to blast through before they can hit my gyro back there. And now that I've told my story, I can focus on building. Put some regular-ass spaceship thrusters on there. Yeah, let's get 3 of them. That feels like good speed. I could probably put even more on there. I mean, there's no power core limit that I'm working with here. And as for the rudders, yep, get us a double rudder. And should probably put some landing gear on this thing. That would be a smart thing to do, wouldn't it? Now, where the fucking... in here, obviously, that's where things like this would be. Yeah, let's just... short, flat connector, boys. And, yeah, right there. And we'll pull you over here. And gotta have one over on the opposite side of the ship. Yes. Symmetrical. Just the way nature intended. Now, I think it was in movement that we have. Yep, I passed them up. There's suspension springs. Use that to cushion our landing a little. Alright. Some nice little suspension on there. And I'm not talking the kind of suspension that gets you kicked out of school. I'd been suspended from school for 2 weeks before, and that's because I made a goddamn bomb threat. I am not joking about that. Okay, yep, that's some nice soft landage there. Now then, to make this, what we're building here is a gunship. Something that can fly effectively, take a few hits, shoot effectively in all directions. And that's what we need this aiming servo for. Yeah. We'll put you on the bottom. And we'll give it some... Actually, no. Let's not put it on the bottom. I just happened to think that might interfere with our landing gear that we put on there. We'll put 2 of those on there. And you need to be over 1 space. Right. And now, before we go slapping weapons on it... You know what? Yeah. This. Like that. That way we can shoot forward and side to side. That's what I'm thinking. No matter which direction they come from, they're gonna get blasted with some smart cannons, because these guys can automatically track anybody who's coming for my stupid little butt. Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah, motherfucker. Now we got weapons. And this thing might be a little too heavy to get off the ground. Ouch. Well, I call that a success. What we need is more engine power, and that's what these dragon jets are for. And if we could just... Okay, that's where my connector boys are. Making it to where y'all can't go there. Alright, and now... Let's see how well you fly. Okay, yep, that's better. We have liftoff. Got ourselves a nifty little gunship. And I did see something with a red beam coming out of the top of it when I got it. There you are. Let's take a look at that. That seems interesting now, doesn't it? What are you? Hang on, gotta land. Doing a flip for style points. Trust me, it's all part of the process, yep. Now that's how you land a ship. Trust me, I've done this before. And now, what might you be, mister? Oh, it's a Chirpo. Greetings, Trailmaker. Yep, that's me. This planet gives me an odd underwater feeling. And yet, it seems to be as dry as the ancient desert. I wonder if this used to be a planet inhabited by fish or something. Okay, that's all that was. That was a Chirpo who landed here on the planet. Whee! I can fly with my fucking tool. Now let's see if I can't take off while I'm upside down. Yep. Going well. Hey, it worked! I'm right side up again! Physics have never failed me yet, and they will continue to never fail me until they do fail me. Anyway, let's go through that ring there. Ha-ha! Fly through the ring, bitch! Yeah, I'm feeling good. Aren't I a damn fine pilot? Now let's go shoot some fucking space bastards. Oh hell, there's a goddamn map. Probably should have figured there was a map. And over here near that wrecked ship, that's where I encountered those guys who shot the piss right out of my butt. I'm ready for you boys now. I got weapons that can do the aiming for me! And they're mounted on things that aim wherever I point the camera at. So, yeah. I got that going for me. Now just hold ye asses still. Here we go. These are the guys that are closest. Let's try and get both guns on him. Oh, there we go. That's some damage. Yep, I'm a meatbag, all right. You ain't blasting my tail. I'm blasting yours. There we go. One of them's down. Ha-ha! See how much better it is when I have weapons that aim for me. That's the shit I'm talking about. I could probably build a fucking space tank or something. A tank for space! And I built regular ass tanks back in one of those campaigns. Kinda needed to. There was snow and ice everywhere. Regular ass wheels weren't cutting it. And lots of robots and stuff to go shooting at. They all shooting at me. I went and shot them. Yep, straighten up on out there. Yep. We've crashed into each other. Okay, the spin seems to be stopping. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Help! I'm in trouble. It all started when that guy crashed into me, and finally they landed a hit on my cockpit. Alright, I'm gonna actually pull out one of those tanks I was just talking about and see if I can't convert it to space-ness. Yeah, here we go. I called it Frank. This is that tank. Yeah. All these weapons. Look at all those bullets. Of course, what you're missing is the ability to fly in space. So, of course, we gotta stick some quantum rudders on you. Right there on the back. Yeah, let's do a nice handful of these. No, don't grab the track. I want to grab this. We're keeping that track on there. It gives us a lot of extra traction in space. Don't go questioning that. That's just physics. If you got questions, direct them all at Albert Einstein. He invented space. Space Frank, ready for takeoff. Please, God, let this work. This idea is so fucking stupid, it needs to work because it would be hilarious. We're not getting off the ground. That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Oh, wait. We have liftoff! The Space Frank is flying! Uh-oh. There we go. Weapons platform clipped into the main body and the physics bugged out. Okay, simple solution. More jets. All we need is more jets. When in doubt, slap more jets on that son of a bitch, and then it'll work the way you want it to. Now I just need my weapons platform. There we go. Alright. Our tank is ready for space. Ha ha! Wait a second. I don't have a gyro on this thing, so being able to do barrel rolls and shit might prove to be difficult. Alright. Back to the ground, we've got some redesigning to do. Yeah! Perfect landing! Real quick, we will adjust the angle on this servo, so nope, that is not the angle that I want to adjust. I want to take away its downward aiming because that is what's causing us problems with the weapons platform going down and getting stuck inside the tank. So yeah, this one. Yeah, there we go. You don't need no left angle. Yeah, you don't aim down, you only aim sideways and up. Okay, that feels good. Now, the gyro, that's what I was needing. And that should be in steering, I believe. And yeah, there's the gyro. We'll just, we'll find a spot to plonk you down. Like, right there. Alright, that works. Space tank, ready for action! Now we just gotta achieve liftoff again. Almost there. I could see it trying to do sort of a wheelie. Now if we could just hit a nice little sand dune, we'll be able to pull up, and then... Never mind, we're just going for the edge of the planet. Earth is flat, you've seen it here first. Okay, alright. We're taking off. Things are working, sort of. Oh god, losing it, losing it! At least we're in space. There is that much. We've got that much going. Now those bastards around the fucking crashed ship are gonna get what's coming to them. Here comes the Frank, redesigned for space warfare. That's right, bitches. You tangled with the wrong Trailmaker, and now you're gonna get blasted into stardust by a tank that flies in space for some reason. Alright, we've straightened out, we've got control. Now, as long as they're anywhere like around or maybe a little bit above where I'm able to aim, that will... There we go. There's some fire for you, son. Now, just hold on. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. That's a wall. Oh, no, my weapons platform is gone. All right, there. Straightened it out. Now just hold your ass still. There you go. Ha-ha! It's working! And I just need to not crash into a destroyed ship. Have some EMP. I'm sure you'd love that. Oh, fuck, they're hitting me from behind. That's where my shield doesn't cover me. You there, get to where I can shoot you. I will take your ass out of orbit. There we are. Never mind. Lost him. Hold your ass still. I got guns and bullets for you. And fire the cannon. Nope, cannon didn't hit. That's the kind of cannon that requires manual aiming. Did that EMP not affect you at all? I feel like the EMP should do stuff to you. Oh, you're just now detecting me? I've been up here blasting your asses with a fucking space tank. And it took you this long to send out a fucking distress signal. Goddamn. These are some incompetent pirates. I mean, just look at how unwieldy this thing is up here in the vacuum of space. And I'm shooting they asses down with some measure of ease. It's just... there. Yeah, that EMP definitely hit you, but it didn't disable your ship or anything. That's probably because it's just supposed to punch through shielded robots and such, and maybe these guys are less robotic than I thought. I mean, the way they call me Meatbag has me thinking, hey, maybe they're robo-pirates flying around in space, because this ain't the kind of game that would have you just blasting regular human people. Now, okay, I see what happened. They knocked one of my jets off. That's why I'm spinning out of control. Well, that ain't nothing I can't deal with. Maybe shave a couple of jets off my other side, please. That would help me out. Hit some. Yeah. Oh. Well, they took off the entire right half of my vehicle. Great. Well, that was a dumb idea, and I'm glad I tried it. Now, that's enough screwing around. Time to blast y'all asses. And to blast y'all asses the right way. Yeah, as less funny as this is using an actual legitimately designed ship, it is a lot more effective. I will cop to that. Now you there, get shot up. Yep, I will shoot every single one of you bastards. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have shot every single one of you bastards. I just haven't killed every single one of you bastards yet. That's the only thing going on here. Now that one, yep, he's done. Ha ha! Alright, yep, there, straighten it out. Yeah. Maybe having these fucking aiming servos on each side wasn't as good an idea as I thought. Might be better to just have both guns facing forward, because that way I can actually see what I'm shooting. It'll actually shoot where I'm facing when I want it to. But you can see how I thought it was a good idea. And that's the only reassurance that I actually need. And there we go, that's some nice damage on you. But at least I am able to sort of hit people if they come at me from the side. There we go. That's those pirates taken care of, and I can see a couple more flying around down there. Now, what makes this shipwreck so damn special to you, space boys? That there might be something here. Like, yeah, I'll get you. Hang on. I'm working on it. I'm working. I will realign myself and blast you soon. Don't you worry, buddy. It's gonna happen. Just realign. There we go. Well, you know, I'm not even sure he died with me. Let's check out that planet over there. That seems like a planet. Is that a planet? Yeah, it's called Hulrum. And yeah, I could just teleport there from the map, but where's the fun in that? The whole point of having a spaceship is to fly it through space. If you just go fast traveling everywhere, that kind of ruins it. I see rings over there. There's got to be some way to initiate a ring flying through challenge. I also put my guns just strictly front facing instead of having them on those aiming servos. And we'll see just how much I feel like. Yeah, there we go. That does feel better. It just aims and shoots directly in front of me. That makes it easier to hit what I'm actually aiming for. What does seem like a good idea at first turns out to be not such a good idea. Now get out of my way, you bastards. I got a planet to get to, and y'all are up in my way. I'm taking lots of fire. That guy's almost dead. Please take your aim off of me while I reconfigure myself to take out your friend there. There. Oh, almost had him. Yep, he's still alive. I'm gonna get you, though. There he is, just... Got him! Alright! Hell yeah, buddy. My ship might be burning and on fire and smoldering, but that guy's dead. Did you just crash into me? I'm losing control. Why am I losing control? Oh, I lost one of those thrusters on my back. I lost my right side thruster. That's bad. But that doesn't mean I can't still fight. It also means I can just fucking cheat because... But I don't like doing that. I don't like the cheating aspect of fixing myself mid-battle with no repercussions or resources being consumed. Just no limit on that. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna get you. Yeah, now that I'm in the heat of it, maybe having them on those aiming servos was a good idea. Maybe. Anyway, I killed one of their friends, and that's all that matters. Let's just make our way over here to this planet that I wanted to take a look at. They don't have the balls to follow me. The balls they do not have. Now let's touch down over here. Touch some grass. Do they even have grass on this planet? I mean, they might. Planets are known to have grass on them. Some of them are, anyway. This doesn't seem like much of a planet. Just seems like a barren asteroid. A big asteroid, mind you, but still pretty barren. You know what? Fuck it. We're flying into the sun! Ha 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 ha! It'll take us a while to get to the sun with our current speed, but that's why we stick more and more jets on them. I did not want to duplicate that block. Okay, yeah, that's, you... There we go. We need all of the speed. All of the speed. All of the power. Now... Okay, yep. There we go. It's pulling me down as I do that. But we are going considerably faster. And you know what? That ain't even all the power we can muster. We've got unlimited power cores to work with, so let's take full advantage of that, shall we? We can stick as many jets on here as my entire computer can handle, because if we just go for it, we go for broke, stick all that stuff on there. Yeah, let's move y'all's over some. There we go. Now we're flying, bitch. Oh shit, my speedometer just did a full 360 there. That's some ludicrous speed. 775 kilometers per hour. And we've got more surface area to work with, too. We can stick even more jets on here. All of them. Give me all of the jets. All of the power. Jesus Christ, we've got 70 power cores worth of dragon jets going on here. Well, that's no excuse to go stopping. Let's cover this whole thing in jet. I want you breaking the speed of light with this. There's no surface area there. But we can... Yeah, that ain't gonna work. But there are smaller thrusters we can put on here. Smaller ones that take up a little less space. Yes, yes, yes. These boys. These thrusters right here. We can stick that on the front and... Okay, it's gotta be mounted on the side of the vehicle. That's what it is. But yeah, that'll give us even more thrusty power. That's right. Why are you down there? I want you up here. Yes. Oh, wait. I see why that wasn't where I thought it was. Alright. And one more right in that little hole. And by one, I mean two, because we gotta keep this thing symmetrical. Otherwise, what's the point? Now let's go! Oh shit. We're doing forward loop-de-loops! Too much power in the front! Okay. This idea might have been poorly thought out. Yeah, I will fight the downward dive! I will fight it with all of my being! We're hitting 915! Yeah. Yeah, that is too much downward pull, though. But you know what? With more rudders, we could fight that. We can fight that more effectively. Hell yeah! Sun, here we come! Ha ha ha! My eye is already burning! We're actually going slower, and I'm just now remembering. In the description for the rudders, it does say, at the cost of top speed. So maybe if we take those thrusters off the top... Okay, yeah, that's more manageable. And we're going faster than we were just a second ago, because we took those two additional rudders off. Yeah! We're breaking crazy-ass speeds. And... I am beyond the edge of the map. We can't actually reach the sun, can we? That's just part of the skybox, isn't it? Well, fine. Turn us around. I'm having a little trouble turning around. Oh, shit. What just happened? I went too far and I got warped back to the other side of the area. They really don't want me going into the sun. What are they hiding in there? Why would they fight so hard to keep you out of the sun if they weren't hiding something that they didn't want the general public to know about? That is what's going on. That is a scientific fact. One game this very heavily reminds me of is Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I know a lot of people didn't like that game, but I liked it. I actually did a few videos on it a while back. It wasn't all that long ago, and like I did a review of it over on my other channel. I did like 3 episodes of it on this channel, and I just never went back to it to do more. Like, if you're wondering why that is, it's just a case of, like, if you're thinking of a game that you played a long time ago when you was a kid and you just get all nostalgic about it, and then, like, once you start playing it, you're like, you know, I actually don't really want to play this right now. But I had a lot of fun over the course of a summer vacation playing that game. And my brother would come in and he'd build a few vehicles on it with all the parts I unlocked. And there's one vehicle he built that had like 6 jet engines on it, each one pointing in a different direction. As soon as you hit the gas on it, it just goes spiraling and spinning all out of control. When he was trying to think of a name for that vehicle, he looked at the bookshelf right next to the TV, and there was a book written by Dean Koontz, and it just says Koontz really big on the side of the book, and he says, you know what? This vehicle will be called the Koontz. And that's what I'm doing. I'm building a Koontz right now. This is very much an inside joke for me and my brother and our friend who played the game with us way back when. But I think some of y'all might be able to appreciate this bit here. Now, let's just see how well this works. We got plenty of power, plenty of places to stick engines, and yep, place them all haphazardly with no way of knowing which way this is going to go. Gotta have one pointing down. Yep. And there we go. This is gonna be fun. Have a couple of them pointing up at the very least, right here in the back. And let's turn you around so you're connected. Yep. Now, fire away! Ha ha! Oh, yep. The smoke trails are just making big rings. I love it! Behold the Space Coots! That's what we're doing here. You know, there actually is different camera modes. Behind seat camera, oh god. First person camera! Prepare yourself for motion sickness! Of course, it would probably be more effective if we were actually doing this on solid ground. So, yep. We're saving that. We're gonna save that and take that to a map that's not in space real quick. Because you are the Space Coons. There you go. Now, let's hop out of here back to the main menu and see just how much motion sickness we can cause somebody. Yeah, let's go to the... Playing this mode before completing the campaign may spoil the story of the campaign. Spoil me! I already played the campaign on my own, and I'm 100% certain that when I did my other video of this way back when, it was also during the campaign. Now, okay, it's in the dark. It's dark. Anyway, Space Coots! Fire away! Okay, yep, there we go. Now we're spinning. Ha ha! Yep. Now we're talking about motion sickness. Yeah, let's, oh fuck. Now, yeah, that's the standard camera we've got here. Well, there's slow down for a second there. Here's what I'm gonna do. Switch over to crazy-ass super spaceship. And we'll just try and get off the ground here. Oh god. It's almost there. You know, might be better to... No, I don't want to use that. Might be better to just use one of my vehicles that I already made that's actually good at flying. Like the Dingle Gungle. Yeah, this is an attack jet that I made that actually has some thought put into it. Look at that. Look how good this thing flies. Flew around on fucking Chirpo World blasting robo-pirates real effectively with this thing. And now that we're high up enough, Space Coons! Yeah! You can truly appreciate the power of the Space Coots when you're using it way up in the air. Yeah, boom! Damn. My entire vehicle was completely obliterated. Alright, what else? What other vehicles do I want to dick around with here? Oh yeah, the Frump. I made this with the... I was trying to make a fighter jet when playing the Frozen Tracks expansion with what few pieces I had on hand. and I didn't have any legitimate wings. I just had these stabilizers, and yeah, I did make an almost functional fighter jet sort of thing, but yep, that flying vehicles don't control very well without wings. I was able to surprisingly get something that was actually somewhat flyable there. Anyway, let's go over to this spot here. This feels like a good place to bust out some other vehicles. Let's see. Yep, there's the Dingleberry, the Drunglish. I just basically slapped the keyboard to come up with shit. Flargles. That's a submarine, I remember that. Dipsy Doodle. Now, Slarsh. Yeah. Good times. Little Dreadnought. I actually sort of thought of a name on that one. The Vulture. Yeah, this is before I started just typing things. Sky Dingus. Yeah. That's some stuff. Yeah, the Battle Dingus. That was my first really effective combat vehicle. It had submachine guns on it that would auto-aim. And then pretty sure I have upgraded versions of the Battle Dingus in here somewhere. Yeah, Battle Dingus Mark II. That had 3 submachine guns bound to a different button other than A, so I could actually aim and shoot while moving. This thing was real effective. Unless you do something like that. Anyway, I think it's time to take my ass off into space again, or at least try to. If I can just get off the ground. That is the ultimate challenge with this thing. It probably also doesn't work super good on planets that actually have atmosphere. You know what? Let's jump back over to the Airborne campaign real quick. I still got things that I can fly around and shoot over there. I could at least show off the combat capabilities of the Dingle Gungle that I made. There we go. There's pirate balloons. I could just fly over there, shoot their asses down, no problem. And this thing, yeah, it does kind of get hard to control if I start rapidly flailing around trying to adjust myself. And there's also fighter jets. Oh, well, I'm already off to a bad start. I just need to fly less stupid. There we go. That's a balloon dead. Another one dead. Now come on, send your dog fighters after me. I'm ready for them. I can take them on. Unfortunately, my rocket launchers ain't so good at hitting... Uh-oh. There goes my wing. Mayday, mayday, losing altitude. We're going down! And that's what happens if your wing gets shot off. Of course, I could have repaired myself, but I didn't feel like it. I feel like it added to the drama of the moment to just spiral into the abyss and die. Sometimes you gotta be dramatic, even at the cost of your own life. Suck rockets. You only caught one of them. I was at a bad angle there, and there's those bastards who shot me down just a second ago. I'm coming back for you. There you go. Suck on that. And there we are. That's some damage for you. Now, balloon, rocket, damn. That's the problem here. You can't aim too effectively unless you're coming straight at them. Now let's just pull it on up. There's a guy. I want to hit you with both rockets. Yeah, 2 rockets did some crazy ass damage. I lost both of my wings, but I'm still somehow flying. Uh-oh. I seen another part of my ship come flying off. Still flying surprisingly well. All right, let's fix that shit. You ain't getting rid of me that easily. Oh, God, there's a lot of them. Oh shit. These guys are so much more accurate than they were earlier. Why are they so much better at shooting my ass now? It's probably because there's a lot of them. Uh-oh. That's a crash. I did have one more repair token left, but... you know, it's more fun to crash. Sometimes you just gotta crash. And I see that whole last squadron of those guys. Hold still, you. Yeah, there you go. Some nice battle damage for you. Uh-oh. I'm so bad at hitting dudes with these rockets. And... there we go again. Fucking missed. Well, just, hang on, let me turn my ass around here. There you go. That red balloon's almost done through the canyon. Well, I didn't die. I'd call that a success. Uh-oh. My gun's gone. My wing's gone. Things just ain't going my way today. There we go. Fully repaired. Blow your ass up. Now... yep, he's still alive. Well, doesn't matter. That's a dead balloon. And I want to take out that red balloon that I already did some heavy damage to. There you are. Sucker it! Alright, he's dead. And if I could just... I'll get ya. I just need an angle. Alright, shot his ass down. Now we're good. Now we're golden. And... take this other one out. One more for the road. Damn it, he's still alive. He's still very much alive. And... damn, all these bad angles. Uh-oh. There's the wing gone. But, nope. I ain't stabilizing this. Oh, God. There we go. Are you happy? You made me repair myself. And now you get to die. You're gonna get to die. And... there we go. Another one dead. Yep. There we go. Yeah. I do love a good dogfight in a game like this every once in a while. I've always loved games that let you fly around and shoot down other planes or spaceships or whatever. I think Star Fox Assault is where I first discovered how much fun it is to pilot a flying vehicle in combat scenarios like that. Because one day my older brother just says, "Damn, Star Fox Assault is fun," after playing it on one of those display kiosks over at the grocery store back when their gaming sections didn't suck. They had GameCubes, and had a GameCube, an Xbox, and a PS2 set up with demos of some games available on it. And since we had the GameCube, we were naturally drawn to see what they had on the GameCube. So he played the demo, he told me it was fun, I played the demo, loved it, and then for his birthday one year we got the actual game. Uh-oh. I shot off my tail fin. Anyway, we got the actual game for his birthday, we played the shit out of it, ended up beating it all in one night because the single player campaign's only 10 missions long, which was kind of a bummer, but still. That game was fun. It was the very first Star Fox game I ever played. I know most people had Star Fox 64, but I didn't have the N64 when I was a kid. We ended up with a PS1 one day, and, well, we didn't take proper care of it or the games for it, and they all ended up getting destroyed. And then by the time we got the GameCube, we were a hell of a lot smarter. We had grown, we had learned to take care of our games. And, well, don't know exactly where I was going with this tangent, but point is, I was a GameCube kid. Star Fox Assault was super fun. And You know, maybe I'll actually do a series of that on the channel someday. I still have a functional GameCube, and that very same copy of Star Fox Assault that my brother got for his, I want to say, maybe 9th birthday. I don't remember exactly which birthday he got it for, but he got it for him birthday, and that's why we have that game. Anyway, that's all the time I have for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope to see you again in the next one. Goodbye.